everyone, it's Mrs. Davis, and I am so glad you're back with me here. Happy Place to Grow, that's where we are, working on our reading skills, going through our first in phonics. Now lately we've been working on all things short E. The star has been gotta drop that jaw, remember. We've built several rhyming families with the short E, vowel. N, at, L. We've also worked on becoming familiar with some common words that we see a lot in stories. We want to be familiar with as many words as we can to see them, know them, read them with confidence. So that's why we're practicing together. Today is a day that we're challenging, not only thinking about reading, but we're going to be listening for letter sounds, because today we are going to be challenging with spell check. You know, reading and spelling go together. If you can hear the letters and sounds and you're able to identify and spell, it really locks the word in your brain, in your memory. And not only will you do well with your reading skills, but your writing skills as well. So this is a great opportunity to brush up on the reading and the spelling and put those two together. Now for this activity, and we've done several of these, so you know you have to set up your spelling grid. I've done that already. And I'm just taking a plain piece of copy paper. You can use any kind of paper at your house that you can grab. I just folded this in half. And then to get my 4 columns, and then in half again. Long ways here, tall tower. And then I went ahead and made like a little section up here because we want to put the rhyming headers there. And then after that, I just kind of folded down 1, 2, 3, and then that 4th one, I actually folded what was left up. Just kind of pressed it. And then I like to go over those sections, those lines with a black marker. That way I can see. Now, the sections are really important because we're going to be placing all of the n words that we hear. We're going to spell them in this grid, the at words each time, L, and then mystery. However, the challenge will be, I'm not just going to call out all the N words and the at words. They'll be out of order, right? Today is going to be, it's going to be very important that you listen closely to beginning, middle, and end. And it's also really important for you to write your letters in the right direction, neatly. So it's going to be a challenge all the way around. Tuning in, listening, taking your time in spelling, and we only want to use capital letters when necessary. And so in this activity, we won't need to use any capital letters. Use all lowercase letters. When we get done listening and spelling, then I will go back. I will show you the words so that you can check. And remember, on the check, you're going to circle if you misspelled a word or if you have a letter that's backwards that you need to fix. So using a pencil with an eraser on this one is going to be important, because if you make a mistake, you're going to want to fix it, because you want to get in your memory what the word actually really looks like. So we'll go through, we'll check. If you spelled the word correctly that I show you, then you're just putting a check mark, and you can know which ones you have to fix and which ones you got correct. And remember, it's okay if you misspell a word, because this is a practice time, and it gives you another opportunity to say, hey, I need to work on that word. That's one I still need to work on. Or I've got these families down. I can read them. I can spell them. I'm good to go on to the next short vowel. So it really confirms or helps you understand I still need to work on something. And that's okay. All right, here we go. Tune up those ears. We got this. Okay. First word. Listen closely. Get. Get. I will get a new puppy tomorrow. Get. Think about the letters you hear, the sounds you hear, and where it goes, which column. Write it down. Next, yell, yell. I like to yell and cheer when my team scores a point. Yell. Okay, thinking right. Next word, yes. I hope my mom says yes when I ask for a cookie. Yes. Next word, hen, hen. The hen laid 3 eggs on her nest. Hen. What rhyming pattern? Think about beginning, middle, and end. And hey, we've made some of it easy. Got part of the spelling already up there for you. All right, next one. We are going to the park. We. Okay, here comes a biggie. Shell, shell. I found a beautiful shell at the beach. Shell. Not sell. Shell. Okay, moving on. Vet. Vet. I had to take my cat to the vet for a shot. Vet. She. That's our next word. She. She is very nice. She. Okay. Moving right along. Are you writing neatly? I know you are. Pen. Pen. I was writing with my blue ink pen, and then the ink ran out. Pen. Lock the pen gate, or the dog will escape. Pen. Not pin, pen. Look at that jaw. Think about our short vowel sound, star. Next word, bat. Be careful and make sure that you get this letter in the correct direction. Take your time. Bat. I bet you can spell this one with ease. Bat. All right, up next, fell, fell. The girl fell off her skateboard. The boy fell into a mud puddle. I fell for that trick that Mr. Davis played on me. That's another way to use it. Fell. Okay, up next, do. Do you like school? Do. I don't want to do that again. All right, be careful with this one. Bell. Don't spell Dell. Bell. When the bell rang, it was time to leave. Bell. Next word. When. When is breakfast? I'm starving. When are we going to the store? I don't know when we're going to the store. When. Think about the letters you need to spell that one correctly. Think about the word that's hiding in the word when. That's a clue. Up next, wet. I had to be careful because I didn't want to get my new clothes wet. The opposite of wet is dry. Next word, hour. Our teacher is very nice. Our class is going on a field trip. Our. Belonging to me, about me, belonging to me and others. Next word, 10. It is 10 o'clock and it's time for me to get in bed. 10. 10 more minutes and school's out. 10. 2 more. All right, spellers, you've got this. Next word, jet. The pilot was flying the jet to California. Jet. Let's jet off to Hawaii. That sounds fun. Jet. All right, finally, the word then. Then. We will go to the store and then we'll come home and put the groceries up. Then. We will read a book, then we will go to bed. Then. That was the last word. Okay, look over your grid. Get something that you can check your paper with if you want to use a highlight marker or a different color, a crayon to do a check or a circle. You can do that. I'm going to go through the words again. I'm going to put them in my chart. Some of my chart won't be long enough for the words, so I'll put them on top of another word. Let's see how you do. Don't be sad if you got a letter in the wrong direction or you've misspelled something, because we can fix it. And practicing is what helps us really set things in to be correct in our brain. Here we go. The first word on your grid should be the word get. It will be spelled G-E-T. Remember, when you're doing your G, I'm going to write this one in. I'm not going to write them all in. I'm going to be putting it up here. And this is a lowercase g. So you're dropping and then the T is tall. Get. The next word that came up, so check that or circle. Next word is yell. Make sure that your Y is dropping down and it's the same level. This part is the same level with the E. And your L twins are tall, yell. Hopefully you're doing okay. So far, so good. Then we had the word yes. Again, you've got that Y And the height of all of this part of the Y is the same as the ES. So you're thinking on your line space, or when you're writing your words, you're thinking about the size of your letters so things look nice too as you're writing. Next word was hen. That H is tall, even though it's lowercase. When you're thinking about your lowercase letters, even though some have tall portions or portions that fall down, part of each of the letters will be the same height. So you can see, and they'll be under that dashed line if you're thinking about line paper. How you doing so far? We was next. That's a sight word. W-E. That one should be pretty easy to spell because you can hear the sounds and they say their letter names. So that one should be pretty easy. Then there was shell. So you had to have the SH on this one. Shell. Even though there's 5 letters, there's only 4 sounds. But in the spelling, it does matter that you have that SH. And the LL. Then came vet. That one's fun. Vet, get, and vet, same column. So in box number 2, under the at, you would have vet. She. And you can hear the sounds in she, sh, and e. So that one, again, should be pretty easy to spell correctly. Next up was pen. That one is a letter that falls below the line space. Pen. And that goes in the N family, so hen, pen. How's it looking? Hey, remember, if you have a letter that's written wrong or in the wrong direction, just circle the letter because you know you're going to fix it later. Bat. This one you have to be careful because you want to get the belly of the B facing the short E. If it's away from the E, then it's the letter D, lowercase d. So we want to be careful on this one. Bet goes with get, vet, and bat. Next up was fell. Lowercase f is tall, but you can see the arms right here are matching up with the short E in space. And then LL are letters that are tall in the lowercase group. Yell, shell, and fell. Next up, do. And make sure your D is facing away from this O because that matters, right? The spelling of the word, the letters have to be in the correct direction. Do. Now when I slide that, you're not going to see it, but it's down there. And then up next was bell. Make sure that B, lowercase b, is in the right direction, facing the vowel eh. And I'm putting it down there. This little chart. Next up was when. When you spelled this, did you use the WH combo? And then I gave you the clue about the small word inside that big word. When goes with, you can see, hen, pen, when. And then up next, wet. My hair was wet, so I had to dry it. Wet. Goes with get, vet, vet. Stick it down there. This one might have been a little difficult. Hope you got it. If not, you can fix it. What word was that? Yeah, it was our. Our class is going on a field trip. Our group. Goes in the mystery. O-U-R. All those letters are the same size. Up next, 10. In 10 minutes, we're going to the movies. 10. Pen, pen, when, and 10. So far, so good. I know you're doing great. Jet was up next. That J drops, and then I always said with these letters, the lowercase j and lowercase I would always tell my students their hat popped off and was blowing in the wind. Jet goes with get, vet, bet, and wet. Our last word, our last word, mine and yours. Then, and you had to have the TH for the spelling. L and N. If not, if you don't have that H included, it will be the word 10. So it's important when you're spelling to have 4 letters in the print portion. And that's going with pen, pen, when. You can tell the difference right there. One letter can change a word. So as you're thinking about spelling, it is important to add all the letters when you're writing. And that's just taking your time and thinking about the letter sounds you hear. Well, how'd you do on your spell check today? Hopefully you got them all correct, but if you didn't, it's okay to make a mistake because you can fix it and study it a little bit more. And maybe if there was something you got wrong and you fixed it, maybe tomorrow you could have mom or dad or someone call that word out again and see how you do. Practice makes permanent, and you've got it. All right, until our next session together. This one was our work, maybe a work in progress, but we did it. Whew. We got it. I want you to join me for one more short E video lesson that we're going to do. It's going to be our read it. We're going to be taking some short E words, some common words, and putting those words into some sentences. We're going to connect the sentences to match a topic to create a short story so that we can put our reading knowledge not just within a rhyme or a pattern, but in a story, which is what we're naturally going to be reading. We will practice these words by reading a short story. All right, join me for Read It. I'll see you real soon. I can't wait.